We'll give him a Robin Yount then, for those of you who are old enough to remember number 19 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Robin Yount. Robin Yount.
He's gonna get a lot. It's gonna get a lot of views, I think. This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we start, can you turn landscape?
No, I can't, because my phone doesn't work that way.
Okay.
If it goes that way, it's just gonna fall off the thing that it's mounted to. And when you fall off when you're mounted, it's not good.
All right. Well, we'll get started in a minute now. Let's go now.
Are we recording?
We are, yeah.
Nice.
It'd be great if you don't get into an accident. That'd be one of my top 5 wishes for this episode. You not getting into an accident. Loyal viewers will recognize this gentleman right here. He's popped in. JJD, how many times have you been on the show so far? Twice? Is this number 3?
I was on a very early one, and then I think I might have had a cameo somewhere along the way. So it's either 2 official or possibly 3.
I know you were at you're at like a sub shop with the Donk at one point, and then I thought you popped in maybe on one in Vegas. But anyway, everybody, this is Jeffrey from Florida, aka JJD. He is the inaugural winner of the Fade the Mahoney presents Circa-Style but better weekly NFL picks contest. He won pretty easily because he's one of the sharpest tools in the whole shed. And
I'm actually still celebrating. I got to get some beverage to celebrate to continue.
There's no doubt he's a tool.
So let's talk about the contest real quick. There are some stats I want to go through and some questions I want to get out of the way. We started off with 13 people in our first week, which is pretty good for the fact that I didn't really have my shit together. Look at that. Is that champagne out of a mason jar?
It is. It's fine Southern China.
Oh, your people must be so proud.
It definitely came from China, I think.
All right. So we had 13 people. We're expecting it to grow. Jeffrey from Florida, we had 14 games. He got 10 of them right, which is pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
10 of them right. So I guess my first question, Jeffrey, what would your response be to when DR says that you're to his claim that you're just a paper champion because he actually got 11 games right?
I would say that's fair if he wasn't soft as fuck. I mean, I got to think, based on what I've heard from Edonk before, he's probably got family in Oregon. Mm-hmm. Because he really had no confidence in himself, not a lot of testicular fortitude, if you will, in the number of stars he was willing to give his bets. So I do commend him on getting more right, but soft is really the only way I can say. I mean, he's a nice, super nice guy, and most super nice guys just are soft.
Okay, that's fair. You like nice guys at the poker table, E-Dog?
Nice guys are great. It's great. We threw a party today at the poker table. I was just casually drinking some beers, and then we decided to do a shot of Patron, which was great. And then somehow we did 5 of them. So it was, I don't know how it went from 1 to 5, but it went from 1 to 5, and it went from 1 to 5 very quick.
Okay. And that was 5 or 6 hours ago. So you're good. 5 or 6 hours ago, you're good. You must have done excellent work with spreading the good news about Fade the Mahoney, because I'm just looking at our dashboard right here, and it appears that you got us at least 2 and possibly 3 new subscribers. I've got here on the list Slick Rick, Franco Harris, and Joe Camel. Are,
when you're good for the game, they just do whatever you say.
Okay, so good job. Shout out to Slick Rick, Franco Harris, and Joe Camel. Welcome to the family, everybody.
Jojo,
just real quick, when I was talking to your analytics department in the green room before the episode, they also mentioned that if that last game, if the Patriots and Bills game went the other way, I think DR would have then been 11. He would have been 12-2.
Yeah.
And he would have somehow tied with Macaroni, who went like 8-6, because Macaroni just threw all the stars at it. And I think we got to shout out Macaroni because he's got all the heart and somehow would have chopped up DR and his piddly little star counts. But I don't know if that's 100% right. But
DR was just putting like 1s and 2s on this shit.
Onesie twosies. Yes. If there would have been more scoring from the Bills, if the Bills would have covered, he would have definitely gone 12-2, which would have been really remarkable. And you're correct. He still wouldn't have won. He would have.
It's like he's coaching the Bears. He plays not to lose.
Yep. But because of what this show is, on the other end of the spectrum, Edonk, 4-10, buddy.
I'm definitely on the spectrum.
4-10. You guys, a beautiful bell curve. Lots of people in the middle, the really excellent, sharp people like Jeffrey from Florida and DR from the Northwest Burbs, and then way over here, you with your 4-10. So nice job staying on brand.
That's a beautiful, beautiful coat. Is that like Sherpa or something?
It is. I think, or a shacket, I think some people call it.
A shacket?
Mm-hmm. Nice, huh?
Both look very bundled up.
Thanks.
It's fucking cold here, Jeff. Where do you live?
I'm in the middle of the Florida Keys right now in Isla Mirada, Florida. Beautiful. In fact, I was going to try and get a little bit of a nice sunset for you, but it's late. And I was really worried. I don't know if it's coming through. Like, I thought I was going to perspire a little bit. This is extra from the contest last week, but I was actually worried about perspiring on screen a little bit. So
your face is multicolored, like someone who lives in Florida and wears shades. You're very handsome, and you left us. Edonk also left us. My Wi-Fi is good. You guys around?
I was fishing. This was not a lot of sunscreen. It was job hazard for sure.
Okay.
Mike, I can hear Jeff just fine. What's the matter with your Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I got a whole bunch of bars. I think we're okay now. Sorry about that, everybody. We'll edit that out. Can I give a couple of extra shout outs? One, I was informed yesterday by David Tuckman. He wants to get involved with the contest. He's going to try this week, but it's his birthday week. So
what the fuck is a birthday week?
Well, I did find later on that today is his actual birthday, but since it's the week, filling out spreadsheets are a little difficult. So hopefully we get him in. But anyway, happy birthday, David Tuckman. Also shout out to our guy Ritman. That dude is a wizard with the computer. Starting this week, we're beta testing it, and next week we're hopeful to roll out a fancy new way to aggregate everybody with their picks as this grows, make my life a little bit easier. And I've seen the end result of what it's supposed to look like. So everybody who plays, even though Jeffrey will likely win most weeks, you guys will be able to see all of his picks before the week starts, so you can make some more money, and it will be displayed in a very, very nice way. I did post something on Slack, but I'll say it here as well. The most important thing when you're filling out your picks, Jeffrey, Edonk, everybody else, the names of the teams in your selection column have to match exactly to what I have on the right for the matchups. So just copy paste the teams. If you have an extra space in there, or you spell it wrong, or you decide you don't want to type in the football team and you put in WFT, it messes everything up. So please just copy paste or equal enter. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I've got some
following directions is hard for some people.
It is. I've got a question or two here for you, Jeffrey, from a friend of yours who goes by the name of Just Some Guy from SD. He wants to know how many pairs of sandals you own.
That's a great question. And actually right now I am down to one, truthfully. I had a blowout while we were golfing in Las Vegas, and I have yet to repair that one. Usually I have one for, a nice going out pair, and then one that's kind of a work pair. And then usually one that's just usually for sporting. But I've been having some back issues, so I've been mostly just I've got some boat shoes that I wear when I'm on the boat. But then on land, usually I'd kind of rotate between a pair or two of flip-flops, and I'm actually down to one right now.
Can you tell the people why you go on boats?
Why do I go on boats?
So as
well, now I go for fun. I mean, now that I've become such a prolific sports bettor, I just do it for entertainment. I did work as a captain and a mate on sport fishing boats, which was what I did up until this weekend. But now I'm just an angler. So that's where the more fun and the kind of celebrity guest fishing comes in.
Okay, so you were a professional fisherman. You realized your maximum potential and your goals of winning a prestigious sports handicapping contest, and you have subsequently quit your day job?
Yes. I mean, I just didn't, see the point anymore.
Yeah. Shout out P-Man. I also own 0 pairs of going out sandals, just like you. Edong, how many pairs of going out sandals do you own?
Me? Yeah, I can't say for 100% certainty I own any going out sandals.
Okay, so that's all of us.
I actually have on 3 different occasions bought special new flip-flops to attend weddings down here, just because I wanted to make sure that they were respectable enough for the wedding.
Are they similar? Are they similar to like when you get a tuxedo, a pair of tuxedo shoes, like they're kind of shiny and glossy? Is that what we're talking about with the sandals?
Yeah, they can be. Sometimes you go with the suede. The black ones, I'm not really, when I get black ones, I usually kind of go with a little bit more of a matte, because, you don't want people to think that you're creeping up and trying to, get a little mirror under the dress kind of thing. It's not really acceptable in this day and age. But there are times also where the brown leather seems to be, just kind of goes better if you're wearing like a kind of linen pant or something like that. So you do have to kind of mix and match a little bit.
Also, I don't own any linen pants. Do you own any linen pants, Mike?
Nope, no linen pants. But this provides an excellent follow-up to Just Some Guy from SD's second question. When was the last time you actually wore a suit? All right, that's all the answer we needed right there. It's been a minute.
I actually had a wedding for my buddy Ryan in Madison.
Shout out Ryan.
And so but I can't remember. It's a long time. And then I think the last funeral, I don't think I wore a suit either. It's been a while. There's one somewhere. I have one hanging in the closet, but it smells a little musty.
Do you have sandals for like weddings and funerals?
Not currently. He's only got one pair.
Yeah, I mean down here, no. Most of them down here, the Keys is a unique thing because there's really no land for cemeteries. So I actually was at a memorial service a few months ago. It was still pretty casual. Most of it, though, is just a lot of celebrations of life. A lot of them are going out on boats and spreading ashes and stuff like that. And so it's still just basic boat attire.
Okay.
Nice.
Last formal question. Why are you so terrible at Pai Gow?
I really feel like I just ran bad there, but it's possible that I was overserved before I attempted to play, and I just wasn't really focused.
Okay, because they play their hand out. They give you the answer. It's like impossible to lose. It's like impossible. I know, but
they kept giving me a joker, and that didn't match with anything either, and it just really messed with my head.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty exceptional. I mean, my understanding from Neuro Nerd, shout out Neuro, is it's pretty exceptional to be able to not even push with a joker in your hand. And I did that on more than one occasion. And it wasn't even because I misplayed my hand. I just ran that badly.
You're not any good. Well, I hope we can share some time at a Pai Gow table together at some point in the future. I'll give you a few tips. Again, I covered this before. My main tip when playing Pai Gow is just make a straight flush and everything will work out. That's the strategy I use. So
that's a bold strategy, I think.
Okay. All right.
Is it that easy?
Just do it. That's what I did. Just make a straight flush. And Miss Dawn comes up from behind you and grabs the black chips and disappears into the night after you make it. That's what happened to me. Jeffrey, favorite Taylor Swift song? Go.
Oh, the one where she breaks up with her boyfriend.
So clever. All right.
I actually no. I'm not as big a fan as you are, and I don't read a lot into the music, but I always just like a catchy beat. So I'm a big fan of the Shake It Off and the Blank Space. I like to pop out a little bit. I know that they're the catchy, popular ones, so I apologize for not having your, excellent taste and quality, but that's what I'm here for. Just the good time.
Blank Space is probably number 2 on my list, so it's cool. It's a really good song, well-written song, and
it's one of the best.
What about your feelings on LeBron James announcing his jersey number change in the middle of the playoffs last year? What do you think about that?
I was grateful for the opportunity to pre-order in advance. I think he was really looking out for his fans. I don't think it had anything. I tried to say that straight face.
That dude, he's all heart. He's always thinking about
no, clearly there's obviously a little bit of hubris there. Maybe not quite to the Phil Hellmuth level, but I mean, it's all about both of them, poker, basketball, whatever. So, good on him.
Do you think he's delusional in any way?
I don't know. Someone hands you $100 million out of high school. It's just the normal, typical Tuesday for me. So I don't think that there'd be any reason to have any delusions there whatsoever.
I, for one, was shocked when he went on record and said he felt the NBA mishandled his COVID thing. No, it was their fault, not his. They mishandled it. That was shocking to me. You have anything else you want to get off your chest, Jeffrey, while you're having some more champagne, or should we pick some games for the people?
I don't really know that I can pick games because obviously with the record that I have, it's kind of off brand for your show. So, I'm really just here to support Edom.
Well, here's what I'd say to that.
What's that mean?
We're in a little bit of a anti-rut in that David Tuckman crushed it, and somehow Jimmy Donuts last week crushed it. So if you're willing to share your near perfect knowledge on how these games will finish, I've got 4 of them I'd like you to pick for us, if that's cool.
Who did you fire on tonight?
Tonight, I gave a little sprinkle on Wisconsin basketball. It's a little bit of a homer pick, but they're opening the Big Ten in Madison, so the Kohl Center should be rocking. And they're playing against Indiana. And when I was at the poker room with you fine folks, our friend DR from the West Burbs was wearing a Indiana sweatshirt. So obviously they must be a bunch of really nice guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure the last highlight that I saw where Indiana showed any heart was when Bobby Knight was firing a almost discus-like folding chair across the. So, I mean, it feels like it's been a while since Indiana's done anything good in anything. So it seemed kind of like a no-brainer lock.
Yeah. Indiana's had a pile of shit coaches after Bob Knight.
All right. Well, that's a bonus pick out of Jeffrey from Florida. DraftKings says Wisconsin favored by 4.5, and there is no way this video will be uploaded before tip-off. So the 3 of us get it, and all of you will just you'll revel in the sharpness after the fact. Wisconsin minus 4.5. All right, let's nail some. Let's get through some NFL picks here, which is clearly your bread and butter. Again, 10-4 last week. Forced to pick every game against the spread. 10-4. You won the contest. You are a golden god. Let's start with tomorrow night. Pittsburgh is at Minnesota. The Vikings are favored by 3 with a total of 43.5. What are you thinking there?
It absolutely pains me to ever bet on Kirk Cousins, but knowing how much Jody despises Ben Roethlisberger, and he seems to just have nothing left in the tank. I think the Vikings, they're coming off a little bit of an embarrassing loss. Kind of feel like you got to go with the Vikings at home here.
Okay.
I just don't think the Steelers really have a lot left, even though I think they might have eked out a win this weekend. But, they eked out a win against the Ravens, who've been struggling, barely beat the Bears at home a few weeks ago. And
they did cover though, right, E-Dog? Ravens covered that game. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember. Thank you.
That was a great poker room lock that we were able to take advantage of E-Dog there too.
Oh yeah, the 3 of us were all together for that game.
Fortunately, E-Dog was at the other table though when that guy just goes, "Oh yeah, the Bears are a lock here," and you and I both just stood up, and it was like a trading floor. E-Donk, 2 more.
And
yeah, that was good times.
E-Dog was accepting all bets for that game. All right,
was a lot. That was so much fun to spend time with my friends.
How many stars on the Vikings, Jeffrey?
I feel like that's a 4-star game there.
Okay. Next game.
I do want to say quick that after that bet with E-Donk, I feel like, I felt bad that we took advantage. So I actually got into a little corporation with E-Donk. We were going to sting Space, and it went well for a day. And then that was like my total downswing there. And Space went like 106-3 against us in the next 3 days.
E-Donk and then what happened when you quit?
Oh, as soon as I quit, E-Donk, Space goes 1-11. So E-Donk just mushed the shit out of me and then just reaped all the benefits. He just took me out of action and then reaped all the benefits. So
I was going to ask if Space was an undercover sharp, but only when you're involved.
Pretty much. I don't do well in the corporations, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Pick game number 2. Big divisional matchup between the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Cowboys are favored by 4.5 on the road. So,
yeah, that's one of those where I feel like you got to take the football team at home. I mean, I'm worried about their tight end being out, but it's like I don't even know if I know who their quarterback is, Heineke or
Heineken,
Hinkle or Hoochie or something. And
shout out Marcel.
It Heineken. Just seemed, Heineken. And it just seems like that. It's like they win they're in every game, like, and it's like a 12-11 game. It's more like a beer league softball score than actual football. But somehow they're just there every week, and the Cowboys should have far superior talent, but sometimes their coach makes some questionable decisions.
Sometimes, yep, like on Sundays.
Sometimes on a Thursday and occasionally on a Monday, but the rest of the time he seems like a really sharp guy. But I kind of feel like you take the points and go with the home team there because they're just scrappy.
Okay, how many stars on the Washington football team?
We're just going to go like 2.5 on that. It's not super confident because, like I said, the Cowboys seem to be the better team, but sometimes sometimes just because you know what they have doesn't mean you win.
Wise words. All right, next game.
I've never even thought about that saying applying to sports, but it makes complete sense.
All right, next game. There's a chance, small chance, there's a chance I'm going to be at this game. The Bills are getting 3.5 points at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Money has come in today on the Bucs. It's gone from 3 to 3.5.
You're going to Tampa?
Yep. The whole JoJo clan is hopping on a plane tomorrow night. I would appreciate everybody entering. Please get your picks in as early as possible so that I can get everything updated before I have to load up the plane. So please do the best you can. I'm going to be
now that I'm retired, I might be able to take a ride.
Nice.
I have a little fade, and then we can get Spec Brad, have a little Fade the Mahoney meet and greet in Tampa Bay.
Watch some 17 and 18-year-old girls play soccer all weekend, if that does anything for you. But the Bills are getting 3.5. What do you think?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. That's a good comment.
It gets you 20 in some places. Mm-hmm. I feel like, the Buccaneers just seem like a better team at home, and Buffalo's been struggling, and this is the time of year where Brady gets dialed in, even though he hasn't been at his best lately. But, warm weather, fast track, kind of hard to go against Tom Brady here. So,
by the way, Wisconsin is so fucking dead today. DR just fired on Wisconsin.
DR from the Northwest Burbs is joining on the Wisconsin train.
DR from the Northwest Burbs just fired on Wisconsin. So please, everybody, just mortgage your home.
It's too late. Nobody's going to get this information. They're not going to get it. Jeffrey, you can get off your position still if you'd like.
I'm looking for my kitchen knife.
You can.
But I got to make a phone call. I might have to get my job back. But
all right. So how many stars on the Bucs? Real quick, how many stars?
Let's go 4 on that one.
Okay. I would just like to say that you made the comment that Brady hasn't been so great as of recently. He is the betting favorite for the MVP award. So it's a really strong point out of you. And last game, Sunday night game. Do you know what the Sunday night game is, E-Donk?
Bears-Packers.
Bears-Packers. Let's do it. Jeffrey, what are you thinking? Packers? Wow, this line just keeps going up. No one is betting on the Bears. It's up to 12.
I was just going to say, I know that the line you gave us for the Circa was like 9.5, and I saw 12.5 now earlier.
Yeah, it's up to 12.5. That would be Fade the Mahoney presents Circa-Style, but better NFL picks contest.
I'll give some free info. I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't remember. This was going to be my Kale Clayton 11-star lock. I've been planning this.
Okay.
And it was originally going with the Packers, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately and going with the most Fade the Mahoney logic that I can. I mean, the Packers over the last 20, 22 years have had, two quarterbacks, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and they've had, a couple sprinkle in for, injuries and whatnot. While the Bears have, had Cade McNown, great number 1 pick, Rex Grossman, all-star out of Florida, Kyle Orton, who was a 100, such a underrated quarterback out of Purdue, right behind Drew Brees. And I mean, look, those green and gold uniforms have to be the worst color combination ever invented. Horrible. They're named after meat packers. And what do bears eat? Bears eat meat. And so I don't know how anyone can say that the Bears aren't a lock in this just on those things alone. They've been
bad.
I think they've been wow, this champagnes are really getting to me.
The synapses are not all firing right now.
Yeah, I think they've been playing possum all season for this game.
Since 1986.
Because it's very possible that Justin Fields cannot play. It's very possible that Andy Dalton is out with a broken bone in one of his hands. And so the Bears are so sharp that we have Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP from just like 3 years ago, sitting on the bench because just for this particular spot. Aaron Rodgers has not even been to a Super Bowl in the last 10 years. And if Nick Foles comes out, the only thing that's going to stop Nick Foles is the Bears coaching.
Are you saying that Nick Foles is starting this weekend?
I read it's a possibility.
What's his nickname? Anybody know his nickname?
It's Big Dick Nick.
That's right.
He's going to shove it right into Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how you don't make this like an 11-star on the Bears, getting all the points.
A.L. Clayton special announced.
Don't bet on a ginger with no soul, though.
No, he's not it. All right, that's our NFL coverage. That was excellent. Guys, everybody watching this.
I can't fucking believe you're taking the Bears.
I'm not. I mean, in real life, I'm not, but I'm trying to get you one good on-brand Fade the Mahoney pick, and that was it.
Okay.
No, that's not.
I even got the confused face. I got the confused face right there.
You went 10-4 last week. Just give people winners. That's all they want. Just give them winners.
Not the way. That's not what we do here. If you're gonna put in a bet here, bet it. Don't fucking fade yourself.
All right. Well, at 9.5, I 100% took the Packers, and I don't know how you don't really take the Packers. So, yeah, the Packers can't lose this game. I mean, it's still a lot of points. It's like, but it's like the MAC. It's 14-point spreads are insane. But yeah,
action.
It worries me that all of the money is on the Packers because that's just one of those where it goes against it, but I'm not smart enough to whatever. So it seems like you'd bet the Packers.
All right. We're all sufficiently confused. NFL MVP, Jeffrey, lay it on me.
There's not even one left. I mean,
there's lots left. You just got to pick one. Highest rated player who you've already mentioned, who you obviously love. You can get 65.
Nick Foles.
Kirk Cousins, bro. You can get 65-1 on Kirk Cousins, 80-1 on Joe Burrow, or 100-1 on Jalen Hurts and Mac Jones. Those guys are both 100-1. take one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point at 100-1, Mac Jones would seem like the best money. I still think that David Tuckman had with the Jonathan Taylor, shout out Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin running back on the Colts. I mean, that was, look at what that guy's done since David Tuckman called him out with, like 7 or 8 TDs in the last 3 games. But
yeah, he went from, I think he got him when we talked at 100-1. He was like on the 2nd or 3rd page. He is now the 8th favorite at 16-1. So
yeah, I mean, that's impressive. I mean, I guess based on the value, I'd say Mac Jones, but if he keeps throwing 3 passes a game for the rest of the season, it seems a little unlikely.
I agree with that. All right, let's do one more pick before we wrap up. Edonk, Bulls are on the road. Cavs are favored by 3.5. Jeffrey's drinking more of the bubbly. What do you got?
Cavs tonight. We're going to switch it up on you.
Wow.
I know you weren't expecting it, but we got the Cavs tonight, and we have them for 4 stars.
Wow, that was surprising. Okay, that's the show. Today's Wednesday, so when you're done watching this, if you haven't already, listen to Raising the Nuts podcast. Jody has no concept of how the Loudon Thinks game works, but they do it every week. And then also DGAF week on Hustler Casino Live. So make sure you watch those as well. I watched one of those for about an hour last night. It's good TV.
Jeffrey, where did you get your shirt?
I got this shirt from our good friend Neuro Nerd from Poker Rags.
Poker Rags.
I did see. I'm digging this color. This is like a strong maroon,
like wine
burgundy color. I've seen a lot of them. That were sent as gifts that were like a peaceful blue, whatever. And I think he knows that I've got a little more edge and required the darker shirt. So thank you, Neuro. I appreciate it.
It's like wine color.
It's like fine wine.
I almost shit the bed again and almost forgot Kingmaker. Sorry, buddy, but I got it here. He went 1-1 on Monday, and had he bothered to think of Buffalo weather, he definitely would have bet the under. So that's how touts work, right? He has an excuse for why he didn't sweep. Claims he's 121-67 on the season, and tomorrow night he's going head-to-head with you, Jeffrey. He likes Pittsburgh for 4 stars. He actually likes them to win the game outright, so he's taking the money line. So shout out Kingmaker. All right. Edonk, anything you want to say to the people, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I think I just got to get I got 21 minutes to get some wagers in.
All right.
How's the Donkaroni Corporation working out?
You know what? It's not as great as everyone thinks. It's a lot of ups and downs.
I really kind of felt like that Macaroni's like done so well in that channel. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if Macaroni comes out and says, "I love this pick," bet against him. Like he is a true Mahoney, but he's so sharp in taking other people's action, and then. But he gets into the corporations where he, brings people in and lets them enjoy some of the winnings to keep them flush so they can get back into solo. So it's like he's like the king of the corporation and the wager exchange. But I feel like that when he took you on as a partner, it's like, all right, it's the holiday seasons between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like it was less of a corporation than like a 501c3 charity type deal for the rest of the community. So shout out to him for thinking of all of us and partnering with you.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what all that means, but yeah, the great job.
We know Jeffrey's in a really, really good space because his whole face is now the same color. It's all red.
Perfect.
It's all red from the champagne. So I think that's a good way to finish it up. All right. Thanks for joining.
It's getting a little hot in here. We're gonna have to.
You're a champagne supernova.
All right.
Beautiful human being.
Say goodbye to the people, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks for
people.
joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.